Before we get started, I invite you to think about some of these things, and we've created a download which you can put your thoughts on. You can also just put these in a notebook. Based on what I've explained so far, when would you say you have experienced imposter syndrome? Whether it's at work or at home. I know that one of my experiences with it had to do with my parenting and comparing myself to other moms. So it doesn't just have to be in the workplace, but I do want you to take some time to honestly and genuinely reflect on when you've experienced it. And then more importantly, what were some of the messages that you were receiving? And we're going to talk about these messages later, but for now, I just want you to think about what was going on in your mind when you were experiencing imposter syndrome. You don't have to share this with anybody. The purpose of this exercise is just to get this out of your head and get it onto paper so that we can then take a look at it more closely. And then I want you to ask yourself if those messages were true. And oftentimes the messages that are in our minds are collections of beliefs that we've developed over the years based on either messages from our caregivers or our parents or other sources. And often we find when we really peel back the layers of the onion that those messages are not necessarily truth. They're just what we've internalized and come to believe as truth. And so a lot of this workshop is really going to be about unlearning some of these beliefs. So not everything about imposter syndrome is internal. Some of the causes are external, and we'll talk about that as well. But for now, I just invite you to reflect on these three things. When have you experienced imposter syndrome? When you were experiencing it, what were the internal messages? What were you telling yourself in your mind? And then were those messages true? So reflect on that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session. Thanks.